Two more people went out the door this week on Luke's Big Brother 19, and we have a final 3 going into the final lap of the game. During the HOH competition, Tiffany and Rita were the last 2, and Tiffany threw the game to Rita so that Rita could have power for the week. When the two met in the HOH room, they agreed that they wanted to split up Oscar and Meredith. Oscar would be the target, and Rita wanted to give Meredith the opportunity to save herself out of respect. However, this is the final 5, so Meredith would be playing for veto anyway. I do think this is the right call anyway, because if Meredith was off the block, she has already shown that she's willing to save Oscar from off the block. Oscar, Meredith, and Desh meet as a final 3 alliance, and they agree that they're in a bad position this week. However, if the one of them who is not nominated wins the veto, they could flip the game around. However, Meredith does recognize that if this isn't a competition that can be thrown, they'll have to look out for themselves. Rita gives Meredith the heads up that Meredith won't be nominated, and Rita tells them that ultimately she wants to give them the opportunity to try to pull themselves off the block. Tiffany and Desh re-solidify their bond, and the two agree on a final 2 deal. Note that now that Josh is out of the game, it seems like Desh is the person with a bunch of really solid one-on-one relationships.
No, but I think above you're someone that I've been super close with the entirety of the game.
Yep, I agree.
And
I've never had a target on your back. I've never wanted a target on your back.
And
you showed me your true freaking colors when you voted for me.
No, literally.
You had my back.
No, 100%. And I meant that. I mean that going all the way. Yeah.
At the nomination ceremony, Rita put up Oscar and Meredith. The veto competition was a ping-pong balance race. Oscar just barely missed his final point, and Meredith won another power of veto. Rita and Tiffany agreed that Oscar was still the target for the week. Meredith would pull herself off, Desh would go up as the replacement, and then Rita would vote out Oscar in a likely tie vote.
I wish I would have won that one.
Okay. I got second again.
I know.
But again, told you from the beginning, you're not the target.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna take herself off. I would not understand why she wouldn't. But it's gonna be Desh.
Yep. And then okay, but then it's against her and I.
So I was fine being the next one eliminated because I made it to top 5. It's been a great competition and it's fine. But this last veto competition, I was the one that I was going to win, and then I missed the damn ping pong ball for like a second, and then the next person got it. And now I'm pissed because man, I could have saved myself and then be still in the run. So now before I was like, okay, I feel fulfilled, I think I've done my job and I'm going to be 5th place, which is my first game, and it's good. And now I have like, fuck, I failed, and now this feeling, I don't like it, but it's okay.
Tiffany tells Desh that he will be the replacement nominee for the week. However, Tiffany promised that she will vote to keep him. Tiffany's vote would be enough to make sure that there's at least a tie against Oscar, and Rita was planning on sending Oscar home. Desh was definitely safe. Meredith, seeing that her closest ally was likely about to go out the door, tried to offer a final 3 alliance to Rita and Tiffany, saying that she respected them the most out of the remaining players.
Yeah, and I'm happy to stand there at the final with you and Tiffany and just make our cases and see what the jury decides, because I'm so happy with the way I played the game, and I am. Advice I had coming into the house was don't be afraid to lie, don't be afraid to be deceitful, and don't get too much power in the beginning. And I feel like I did all 3 of those things, or I didn't do all of those things. I was completely honest and transparent. All I did was really be the friend I wanted to be, or I wanted to receive in the game, and honestly give information and take in information. So I feel like that's not usually how people get to the end. You have to manipulate, you have to be deceitful, you have to withhold some truth, and I feel like it shouldn't have worked out this well. Again, still haven't been on the block. This is my second HOH, and no one's been mad at me one time for the nominations I made. That I know of. It almost feels a little too good to be true, so I'm trying not to get too comfortable, but it feels good right now where I am. Scary.
think it's the sunglasses. Maybe Ray-Bans will sponsor me.
Dash met Rita in the HOH room, and the two confirmed the plan that Oscar would be going out the door and Rita would break a potential tie in Dash's favor. At the veto ceremony, Meredith pulled herself off the block and Dash was named as the replacement nominee. Meredith voted to evict Dash, and Tiffany voted to evict Oscar, leaving a tie vote for Rita. By a vote of 1-1, we have a tie. Rita, as the head of household, you must break that tie. Please stand and cast your sole vote to evict.
I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of cool between both right now. But purely on conversations I've been able to have later weeks, I'm going to vote to evict Oscar.
Oscar, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house. Thank you for playing. At the next head of household competition, Tiffany was really good at slinging around a tennis ball from her head. Tiffany nominated Dash and Meredith for eviction immediately after the competition because all that matters this week is the power of veto. Meredith won yet another power of veto and pulled herself off the block, making the final nominees Rita and Dash. Rita and Meredith talked about the game as a whole, and Meredith was honest, saying that this was a good opportunity to split up Rita and Tiffany as a duo. Dash and Tiffany agreed that Meredith had to be the top target going into the finale. Tiffany still thinks that Dash has the votes to beat Meredith if she's evicted in third, however. Meredith continues to solidify her alliance with Dash as the two remaining people from their group of 4 with Josh and Oscar from earlier in the game. She tells him that she plans to keep him and hopes to go to the final 2 with him. And at the eviction ceremony, Meredith sent home Rita.
It's a really tough one for me. One of my hardest calls of the game. But in the end, I have to do the thing that is gonna get me the furthest and that I think is the most security for me. And so Rita, I do have to vote for you. And thank you so much for such a great game.
All right, Rita,
great.
Big Brother house. Thank you for playing.
Love you all.
Yeah, that's right. Look out with them glasses, girl.
And with that, we have our final 3. Comp Beast Meredith, 3-time HOH Tiffany, and Dash in the middle. So who's going to win the game? Next week we have a jury roundtable and the finale of Luke's Big Brother 19. This is the final recap. Thank you for watching, and let us know who you think should win in the comments below.